Are we ready?
Ready.
Hey guys, welcome back to Girl Talk Unfiltered. I'm Talya.
And I'm Cass. If you're not already, follow the podcast. Make sure that you turn your notifications on because we post every other Wednesday.
Perfect. Today we're going to be talking about dealing with rejection in our industry. I mean, there's a few different ways, like redos, clients going to different people, unhappy clients, all the above. But first, let's start with the catch up.
Yeah.
Okay. So
what have you been up to?
Okay. I went to LA on Monday. It was fun, but it was quick. It was a 24-hour trip. And so that wasn't the most fun. I don't think I would ever do that again. But since it was such short notice, I didn't really have any other option. Like I had to leave Monday and come back Tuesday. But I went with Matrix, like for their launch party for their new toner line, like demi-permanent color line.
Love it.
And the party was fun. I was like, okay.
Cute.
Like you could tell, like they put some time and money into it. Oh. And there was a lot of people there. Like a lot of people. Literally people we were talking about on our last podcast.
Literally.
Like episode.
I noticed that too.
Yeah,
I was like, we were just
weird.
talking about that.
We were just talking about you, girl. Your whole salon, actually.
Literally.
But no, it was so fun.
I love that.
Had like a master color class first, and then there was like they shuttled us on a party bus to the party.
Cute.
Afterwards.
Obsessed. How was the education?
The education, it was fine, but honestly I wouldn't really label it education. Okay. Like she did models. You've probably seen her TikToks before. I'll show her to you. She had brought some models in and showed us what she did on them basically, and like showed us their before and afters, but it wasn't like an in-depth like this is what the color is, blah blah blah. Like they did like the breakdown. They let us mix up some color and then that was really it. Okay. So it wasn't like, hours and hours of education. We just kind of talked about social media.
Oh, I love that. That's so inspiring.
Yeah, it was. No, she was like, so does anybody have any questions about social media? And it cracked me up because there's everybody in the front row has like a million plus followers. And so I'm like, girl, these people don't have no questions about social media.
No, and I don't want to ask any questions while they're here.
No, I'm good. I'm not asking questions why Hair by Miguel is sitting in the front. Like, that's embarrassing.
While Slayology is here,
while Slayology is literally in my eyesight. Absolutely not.
I'm weak. That is
it was fun. And everybody was so nice.
I love that.
Because, you never know with hairstylists.
You never know. And it can get very bougie very quick.
It can get very bougie and we're better than you.
Yes.
Fast. Yeah. But I didn't get that vibe from anybody.
I love that.
Yeah. But it was fun.
Yay.
So what have you been up to? Where you been? What you got going on?
I honestly haven't been up to as much. You've also bought a car since we last seen you.
I did buy a car.
Yes. Tell the people.
I bought a big car because, before I was in a little two-door sitting on the ground coupe and it just wasn't it.
You guys should have seen Talya's car. I was kind of shocked.
It's a bus. That's what Cass called it, and I was dying. So now I just call her a bus because
I was shocked
huge.
at the last car. This car,
my last car,
I totally makes sense. But
you
the
were
last car kind of shocked me a little
interesting.
bit. It was only a two-door.
It was because I didn't want people riding with me.
Exactly.
No, and I feel like I got my last car when I was 20 years old, so I was in a completely different time of life. Like it's been 5 years, you know. So I'm like, okay, I need something bigger now. No, I'm in a completely different time. I'm like, when I was moving into my salon suite and all I had was a two-door coupe, I was miserable.
Yes.
My car was like packed to the brim. And I was like, I need something bigger.
Isn't it crazy that people in like other states or even other countries never get a car, never get their license, and how do you even
like people that live stuff? Up north, like New York and stuff? I'm like, how do you not have a car?
Yeah.
Because they don't ever drive. But I'm like, how do you move stuff? I guess you have to hire movers or something.
You have to hire people or rent something.
But I guess what's the point of paying a car payment if you're riding on the subway every single day?
Exactly.
I would at least need something cheapy, just to have a car.
I will always have a car.
Yeah, no, I couldn't. But also we live in a drivable place. Like you cannot walk around here.
Yes.
That's just not.
No.
You have to drive to a place to walk around.
Exactly. And you've got two things.
Yeah.
Literally. And I'm trying to get my car wrapped pink. Because I purchased a new car a couple months ago and I love it. I just wish that it was pink.
Because I remember you were kind of toying with oranges.
Yes.
Okay.
I would love any color.
Okay.
I mean, but if I'm going to pay to get it wrapped, then I want it to be my favorite color.
Yeah. I think pink would be cute, girl. You're going to be looking like Mary Kay.
That's what I don't want.
Okay, not a light pink. We're gonna.
It's gonna go like medium pink.
Okay,
I'll actually show you.
Okay, yeah, please.
Up here. But I've reached out to, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 places, and it is crazy the price it costs to wrap a car.
Do you think you're gonna do it though, even though the price is crazy? Like, is it something that? Okay. Absolutely.
I mean, and I feel like I've been doing my due diligence of like, I didn't just go with the first person gave me whatever. So yeah, some
of them are like
Kay. Okay,
but like
that's almost light pink, but that and that.
Yeah.
But I also don't want it to get too like gaudy or anything, but
what? I don't want it to get too gaudy, but wrap my car all pink. Oh, the yellow is cute.
The yellow is cute too, but so many people have yellow cars, so I was just like, okay, you know. But I like it next to that. But
okay.
And wrap, I don't know if you know this, it doesn't last forever.
Oh,
only like 4 or 5 years.
What?
Mm-hmm. So maybe I can get yellow next time I wrapped it. But yeah, it is expensive for it not lasting.
So what happens when they take it off? Is your paint ruined?
It shouldn't be. Sometimes they have to like stain things. Yeah, but my car's freaking gray. I'm just like, it would be easy to get back.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and it's like, that's not really, I mean, if you like the colors of a car, white, black, or gray, I am happy for you. That is all there is.
That's in red. And red is freaking ugly.
Boy color.
Yeah.
Like anytime that there's a color of a car, it's technically not to go there, but boy colors. Like palatable for men. Mm-hmm. Red, blue. Mm-hmm. Even sometimes green.
Yeah.
I'm just like
a dark,
no pink.
Brown, ugly. Like, no. Yeah. Why don't they sell pink?
Because women.
Because
we'll settle for a red car. And
we'll just get like me. I just get the white car because I'm like, black is giving not cute.
Okay, period. But white is where it's at.
White is like, ooh, fresh and clean.
I love
fresh,
that.
Clean, girly.
No, literally. And in my close, like I'm close, my 2 best friends, we all now kind of drive cars that are very us. So like one drives a white Bronco, one drives a black Jeep, and then I'll have a pink Toyota.
You're like, yeah, this is very fitting for all of us.
Literally, but that's basically what I've been up to. I went to Austin for a music festival, which was cute, but it was very cold. So I'm just so ready for like spring, summer vibes.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Being in LA, and you know the weather there is just great. At all times. Oh, I'm ready for summertime. Like we were just walking around before the class, and I'm like, like life is worth living.
Okay, period. I'm about to start visiting California.
I mean, just go to like San Diego or something. You know, not LA, something cuter.
Okay, San Diego. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I guess we can go ahead and get into today's topic.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay,
period. I want to talk about redos.
Okay, let's get into them.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with the term redo, if you're just like a client watching or a new stylist or something, a redo would be like if somebody reaches out to their hairstylist and is like, I'm not super happy with my last service. What can you do for me type of thing?
I like to call them adjustments.
Okay.
Because a redo makes it seem like you like really did something wrong and it needs to be fixed. But I feel like most of the time it's just like a tweak.
Yes.
Like something minor that they disliked and you just kind of need to just fix it just a little bit.
Yes.
But I feel like the term, let's redo it is like, oh God. Like,
the whole
thing. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. I love that. I feel like I've never called it that, but that does make sense.
Yeah. Just because you don't want it to, like, I feel like when you're talking to them, we'll adjust it for you. You know, I feel like it sounds more like professional too, instead of, let's redo it.
Yes. No, seriously. Let's redo the whole thing. Let's just throw it out. This looks like shit. So
we hate it.
But CPR an adjustment gives like, I like most of it. Let's just adjust the little front piece. Yeah. Let's just adjust the toner.
One piece that's a little bit brighter. Yeah.
Yes. Or if it's a haircut, like we'll just adjust kind of like the layers instead of like redo the layers.
For sure. When have you had any recently? Like anything you've had to adjust?
No.
Good. I love that for you.
No, but I've had my fair share of redos in my life. But thank goodness recently, no, I haven't. But I think too, I've gotten really good at being like, I don't do that service.
Oh, okay. So like not doing something you're uncomfortable with.
Yes.
Okay. So then I can kind of back that because I did a service and I sent you a voice memo when I was done with this service months ago.
I don't know what you're talking about yet.
Okay. So she came in and we booked her she was booked for a full highlight originally. So I'm thinking like dimensional blonde. I knew she wanted to be brighter. She comes in and I love her. So
yeah,
by the way, she comes in and she ends up wanting to be solid blonde, one color.
Yep.
Like,
I know exactly.
Roots to tip. She doesn't like the color. Like, she doesn't like the idea of like highlights with dimension in between. And like, after talking to her, her hair was dark. Like, her hair was like a level 2 naturally. Like, it was dark.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, what about like a lighter brown? Like, but you still have to lift that.
Yes.
To like a 9 to get it to be like a cool tone brown.
Yes. Because like a mushroom brown.
Right.
I know that the general public thinks is like a level 6 medium brown.
It's not.
But it's like a level 9, 10 blonde with like a toner.
Yes, exactly. And so, you know, this is not something I do. This is not a service I like to provide unless it's for a red only. Like, if we're going all over one red tone, cool, because I don't need to lift you to be blonde. Like, I can lift you to orange and call it a day. But whenever, especially with curly hair, whenever you're bleaching the entire head out, damage is going to happen. Like,
yes,
I just don't know how you can really avoid damage all the way.
Yes.
I'm not saying it's going to be a lot, but something. Anyways, so she wants it to be all over one color. And, you know, right then, looking back, I'm like, I should have just told her that I don't do this.
Right.
Like, I should have just been like, I'm not comfortable with this service. I don't like to do it.
Yeah.
I should have just said that, but I didn't, because she booked the appointment. She came. And I'm like, well, she's already here. So like, what am I supposed to do? So I bleach her out.
Yep.
And when I'm pulling the back foils, I'm like, oh, period. Like, it looks good.
Yep.
I get to the shampoo bowl. I'm rinsing. Why does it look orange? Like, it didn't lift enough. Basically, I didn't lift it enough.
The whole thing to the roots.
The roots, we left like just a little bit her natural. Okay, so it would like grow out softer.
Yeah.
And I'm in the shampoo bowl, like, of course. Like, why? And so I tone her, and it's not it. It's not it.
It's not giving mushroom brown.
It's not giving mushroom brown.
It's giving blonde.
I hated it. Like, and I told my coworkers, like, after she left, I was like, I don't like it. So I'm gonna tell her in a few days. But she texted me the next day.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She texted me the next day, like, hey girl, like, is there any way we can tweak it? She was really, really sweet about it. And so she came in, and like, we took her to like one solid brown, just lighter than her natural color. Yes. And it looked really cute. And I was like, yeah, I'm vibing with this.
Like,
maybe I was telling her,
7.
yes, I was like, honestly, I don't really want to put any more bleach on your hair. Like, are you okay with like a chocolatey light brown, like something cute? And she was cool with it. Okay, so thankfully it didn't go like crazy,
but it was like, hey girly, I'm not really feeling.
Yeah, hey, like when I woke up the next morning, I said, oh, there's that text message. She hates it.
Yes. Would you say that adjustments usually happen when you know that they're going to text you? Or has it ever happened where like you're like, I killed that, and then like you get a hey girly text and you're like, what the hell? I thought we both loved it.
Oh my gosh. No, yes. It has happened one time when I literally thought I ate it up. Oh my God. Girl. And she was like, this is crazy. I'm like reliving this. I thought her hair was so cute. Like, I thought it looked just like her inspo photos. I go to lunch like after I do her hair. I took pictures of her, videos, everything. I go to lunch. I come back. Her mom is waiting on me.
How old was the child?
In college.
Oh my gosh. How old was the adult? Who's adult mom?
Like 50. Right. Exactly. How old was the adult's mom?
Yeah.
No, she was in college. She was upset because the tone of the blonde. No. She was upset because she had like copper hair, and she wanted to be like a blonde, dimensional blonde. And so I pulled her natural in between, like, which was like a dark brown. Yeah. And she didn't want it to be her natural color in between. She just wanted it to be brown.
Not dark.
Black. That's like, her hair color.
Yes. That's not possible though, guys. I mean, it's kind of possible, but it's not.
I just didn't think it would make that big of a difference in between. And I'm like, okay, well, in these, like, we talked about it. I was like, so I'll pull your natural down in between, like, told her. And I didn't think it was really that big of a deal to me, like, to like be upset about it. And I was like, well, maybe we can just like warm the blonde up, like tone you a little bit warmer so it doesn't feel as cool.
Yeah. So
we do it. When I flip her up from blow drying her, she looks like her best friend just died.
Oh my gosh.
And at this point, I'm like,
hated the new toner.
Yes, and it looked good. Like, they both looked good. I still have photos. I keep evidence of freaking everything.
Yeah.
But, like,
evidence is crazy.
like, because you're not going to get me. But no, they both looked really good. And even my coworkers were like, I just don't understand at this point, like, what else
just was
could be done, you know?
Yeah.
And they were telling her, because it was a demi-permanent in between, like the darker color.
Yeah.
And so it's gonna fade.
Yep.
You have copper under there. So like,
Yes.
girl, in 2 months, that color is gonna be exactly where you want the color to be. Not saying it should be that way, but I'm like, it's not like it's permanent black on your hair, you know?
And when hairstylists say that, I think other people think like, oh, whatever. Like, they just don't, like, they're just lazy. I'm like,
and they don't want to fix it right then.
The best way to go from demi-permanent that's too dark to a little bit lighter is to let it fade. There's not really much I can do that's not gonna like kind of mess with your natural color and make you have hot roots, or like, there's really not much I can do other than let it fade. It's not that I'm skipping doing something else. It's just that that's not really possible.
Yeah, and I was like, I can't go in and pick out every single dark piece and and lighten it.
And
like, that's
bleach
just not
it and then put medium brown on it. Like, that's not possible.
That's just not a thing.
Unless you want to be there for 12 hours.
Exactly, where I'm picking every single strand out. Like, that's just not happening. So yeah, but that was like a year ago. Like, that was a long time ago.
Never saw her again?
Never saw her again, but I blocked her.
Period.
Boundaries. Because you're not about to stress me out for no reason.
And one thing you're not going to do is get Talya. You're not going to get her.
You're not going to get me.
No, and now that you say that, you asked if I had a redo recently, and I have, and I forgot about it because it was so chill. Like, I think whenever it's like a regular client that just says like, hey, okay, so what happened was, it was a girl that I've cut her hair a couple times. I've colored it once or twice before, and then we did another color, like a balayage, and she still wanted big money pieces, which I haven't, like, I'm not in total support of anymore.
Was her hair curly?
Yeah, it's curly. Okay. And it's on the wavier side. It's on the looser side, a little bit curlier than mine, but still like very loose and long. And so we do the big money pieces, and then like all the photos like have those, and then they're also like kind of like a beach golden blonde, platinum-y golden blonde. And so that's what we do. But obviously, okay, so her hair is a little bit darker naturally than most of the photos have on theirs. And I just feel like if you have dark hair naturally, the big money pieces just don't always eat anymore.
It's too stark of like the contrast.
Yes. And so I think the tone that we did the first time like was right, but because her hair is so dark, and then also it's a big block, it was just kind of like, oh, I don't know. So she messages me, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, no, totally, I feel that. Come in and we'll do just like a toner. So it was super easy, and all I did was tone it. But whenever she came in, I was like, do you still like the money pieces this big? Because that's something that wasn't necessarily discussed like whenever she emailed me or texted me. That's another thing that I loved. She emailed me nice. She didn't try to text me. It wasn't like, I need to write this very second. She was just like, it just feels a little bit warm or like yellowish. Like, is that going to go away? Like, is that going to fade? And I was like, oh no, like, we'll just do another toner, and it's not a big deal. And so whenever she came in, I was like, I could put a little bit of lowlights through this if you want. She was like, no, I love that. I'm like, okay, cool. But if the next time she came in, she still felt like it was warm or something, I would be like, it's because the money pieces are big. But other than that, it was pretty chill.
Yeah. And I think too, like, that's another thing, like, for like clients, if you're a client listening, like, the approach, I think really means a lot, because hairstylists aren't perfect. Like, we're gonna make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes.
Yes.
But I feel like if you come to us very nicely, then I'm like, I don't care. Like, if you don't like something, it's your hair. I want you to like it, so I'll do whatever to change it to make sure you like it. But if you're coming at me, my hair looks terrible and I hate it, I'm gonna be like, oh, whoa, you know.
Literally, yeah. Because would you agree? I think anytime I ever get like a redo from a really unhappy client, at any point in the last 7 years of me doing hair, and everyone that I know that's a hairstylist, I've always seen them feel this way too, but it's just like, you just feel like you ran their dog over. Like, you feel like you've literally committed the most heinous crime against them. And it's like, maybe just because you have like one side of their haircut's a little bit longer than the other side. Yeah. And they're just like, how could you do this to me?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I didn't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
mean to.
Like, it wasn't on purpose.
I made a mistake, or like we had a miscommunication. Do you feel like a bad person when somebody doesn't like their hair?
Yes. Because I just feel like, oh my gosh, like I should know better. Or like, why would I not be perfect? You know, and so it feels like there was a way to prevent this from happening, but really just things happen. But I do sometimes, I'm like, oh my God, let me just quit my job right now because I'm terrible.
Oh my gosh,
I get this.
I've had that thought a million times. Like, and I should probably just quit.
Like, even if the haircut's just a little too short, I suck. Like, I just, let me stop. I need to find another career because this isn't it for me.
Yes. Okay, that too, because we do curly hair. And so it's just like, sometimes folks will come in like, maybe their hair's stretched, or they've been wearing in a ponytail, or it's brushed out, and I can't see exactly what their curls are going to do. Or they have a ton of like damage on the ends, and I don't know how much more their hair is going to actually shrink up whenever we do cut it. And so then if it does feel a little bit too short, it's kind of like, she should have known. I'm she. And I'm like, I don't know if everyone knows this, but I don't know exactly how much your hair is going to shrink up. I'm making a guesstimate every single time.
And sometimes once it's healthy, now it's going to shrink up more.
Yes.
Than what we would have thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That too, whenever people come into me and they have like hair to their ankles and they want it like just above the breast, I'm like, so I don't know how much your hair is going to shrink up.
Yeah, so let's start.
Your hair,
but then it's too long.
And then it's too long, and then I'm like, okay, I feel bad. You've just come in and spent this money, and I want it to be the right length. So yeah, anytime it's kind of like, I just think that you should be a little bit like, if it's within the inch of where I want it,
I think it's okay.
They
I don't
did a
think
great
it's that
job.
big of a difference. Yeah.
Yes.
But also it's not my hair. So, hey, y'all can have your opinions. But for me,
am I getting close to something? Am I getting close to like a viral clip moment where people are like, did this just in?
She doesn't know what she's doing.
Hairstylists want to chop your hair to your ears.
They won't take accountability for it.
Literally. I think I say all that to say, sometimes on social media and TikTok, and like, it can feel very like hairstylists are out to get the consumer.
Yes.
And we are just people where I don't want you to be unhappy with your hair. I want it to be exactly where it goes. But also, that is just the reality. None of us, like, sometimes we are just figuring it out. Yeah. I'm just a girl at the end of the day. I promise you that.
Literally. Like, do you find it hard to like set boundaries like with unhappy clients? Like, if they come to you, I don't know, I don't want to say like aggressive, but like, how do you handle like that type of situation? Or are you just kind of like,
I don't love confrontation at all. So I try to talk about everything that could be confrontational later in the consultation. So I don't find it hard to set boundaries ahead. But if someone's coming at me crazy, it's hard for me to be like, stop coming at me crazy. I mean, I do, but I don't think it's the most eloquent way of saying it. Like, I know for sure I've said before, like, I don't like your vibe. Like something like that. I think I said, I don't like the attitude you're bringing to this.
Oh my God. Was it over text message?
Or I don't like the energy you're bringing to this. It was something like that. No, it was a lady yelling at me in the front of the salon, making a scene over over a salon policy that's not even my policy to begin with. That's posted several times before someone books. But I was just like, she was really aggressive. She was kind of like nose breathing, like, girl, it was weird. And she was trying to, and like cutting eyes. And I was just like, I just don't like the energy that you're bringing to this. She's like, you don't like my energy? That is so unprofessional. Whatever. That was kind of recently, actually. She was never seen again. I hope she's doing well. I honestly think she got back in the car and thought like, I was crazy.
Just acted a fool in there.
Yes.
Yep.
I think so. And she did. But I didn't like that confrontation.
Yeah.
And I didn't handle it like how I wish that I would have.
Yeah. I feel like the best way to like, I guess, prevent moments like that, which you did because you have policies that they have to read. In that situation, I don't know.
She was looking for a fight.
Yeah, she was. But I feel like when it comes to like hair things, like just addressing everything at the front. Yes. Like at the beginning. Like you said, like you're like, I'm good at setting boundaries at the beginning, but it's afterwards where I'm kind of like, oh God, you know.
Yeah.
Like, but if I told you everything straight up,
yes,
there should be no confusion afterwards.
Yes, and I think we all go through something, especially early on, where it's like, okay, now I know the next time someone comes in for a consultation, say they have black box color on and we're doing a color transformation trying to get them lighter. If you know up front you're going to use 2 toners and those 2 toners are going to fade differently and those 2 toners are going to be worn off in the next 5 weeks, then in the consultation go, okay, we can lighten it, but I'm going to use 2 toners, and when this fades it's going to look blonde, and when this fades it's going to look orange, and you're going to have to come back in and get that touched up.
Setting realistic expectations, I think, is where a lot of us, maybe at the beginning of like your career, you don't really know how, and so that's why you do a lot of redos at the beginning, because you don't know how to set those expectations at the forefront in the consultation.
100%. When I worked at a commission salon, that was my first salon I ever worked at, was commission. And I think the first week I started taking models, which by the way was $50 balayage. So it's not like it was anything crazy.
Okay, $50.
And I think that first week I had like 3 people reach back out for a redo. So I remember them like asking a senior stylist to like have a meeting with me, which was so funny because I remember like not feeling like I was in trouble or anything. Looking back, I should have been like, are they going to fire me? But I was just like, okay, thanks. I need to talk to someone.
Yeah.
And she was just asking me about it. And I was like, I just don't know what it's supposed to look like. Yeah. Like they show me a photo and I'm doing my best to make it look like that photo.
Replicate that.
But like know how to do what they want. And so maybe I was giving like highlights to the scalp whenever I should have been doing like more of a balayage, or I did more of a balayage and they thought there'd be more highlights to the scalp. I remember thinking like I was a terrible person for that back then. And I just needed someone to like guide me a little bit better and just to like learn. And that's why in the beginning you do cheaper hair. You do let people know like, you know, that you're a younger stylist and that you're figuring things out. And hopefully you get people that are
a little more understanding
of like where you're coming from, and that like she's not trying to ruin my hair. She just gave me highlights when I wanted a balayage. Like that's not the end of the world, and you don't have to feel terrible.
You just need a root, girl.
Yes. And I think it sets you up low key to be I think that's what makes a good hairstylist. It's like you're always going to be learning, like no matter how many years in. And I think it's just like how you decide to, I don't know, fix your mistakes. Yeah.
Because I feel like that shows like the type of person you are, like how you handle things that way. Yeah.
I feel like also my philosophy with redos / adjustments or like just customer service in general is to approach the situation as if I was the client. Like if I was the client, how would I want me to handle it? And I think that has to do with like you as a person, but then also like how clients treat you too. If a client's treating me in a way that I would never treat a hairstylist, then maybe I don't treat her like myself. I'm like, okay, I'll give you the same level of respect that you give me, which is like not much. But I'm low-key quick to do a redo.
Are you?
Yeah. What about you?
I mean, I think I will. Like if it feels like, oh yeah, I definitely need to like do this for them. I'll definitely do a redo before I refund somebody.
Yes.
Because I think a lot of people will just ask for a refund. And I'm like, no, I'll fix it for you before I just give you all your money back when I still did the work. And there's just one small thing that you want me to change.
Yes.
But I do think a lot of people will come first like, okay, well, can I get a refund? Like, no, girl, let me fix it first.
Yes.
And see if you like it. And then we can talk about that.
Yeah. Thankfully, I don't think anyone's ever asked me for a refund for like an adjustment, like service like that. Because I don't know, but I think I would also be low key kind of like, if this just like shuts you up, this is not the hill I'm willing to die on.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to know when you just lost the battle and just give it back to them.
Yes.
Like here, not all money is great. So you can have your money back.
Exactly. Because you're not going to get me.
Yeah.
You're not going to make a TikTok that
You're
says...
not going to get me that says I didn't fix your hair or refund you or anything.
No, 1,000%. Because I would rather, if I need to make a counter TikTok, I need it to be like, she came in with hair like this. I told her all the things. She didn't like it and I didn't want to deal with it. So I said, here's your whatever.
And I think that just goes like knowing when... I feel like you can tell immediately, like at the beginning, when you and a client may not mesh. And sometimes I can kind of feel when a client already doesn't trust like that I'm going to do a good job. And like I'm expecting them to text me the next day because they came in with like that
Yes.
thought. Can you ever feel that from people? Because I feel like I do.
Do I feel that
Yeah,
from the curly hair community client?
to say, yeah.
I feel that on a weekly basis where I'm just like, well,
I'm like, oh, you don't trust me.
so sometimes whenever they do have, say, like ponytail damage from sleeping in a pineapple, or like if I tell them something that's like
not the norm,
that's outside of the norm, or I'm like,
I don't wear my hair in a pineapple. Yeah. Sorry, I know that's random, but I tell them not to.
Yeah.
So
okay, you heard it here first, ladies.
You heard it here. That pineapple for certain hair types.
Yes,
I feel like pineapples are not beneficial.
And I always say too, by all means, if that's what works best for you, then do it. But that's what I would say is contributing to that.
Yeah.
But then I do get like,
the looks like I don't trust you.
Yeah.
But also I'm like, why would you book with me if you don't trust me? Like if you don't trust who like my work or anything, why are you here? Go find somebody that you trust.
Yes.
Because I hate feeling questioned while I'm doing some hair.
Same.
And not like question like, oh, so what's that? You know, just out of curiosity, but out of like, what's the word? Like, I don't know, like you're questioning my ability to do something. Like you don't think I know what I'm doing.
Yes.
You know, like I had a client the other day when she was like, oh, so what's the toner? You know, like stuff like that is like, oh, this is what it is, you know. But when it's like, why are you doing that? It's like, because I know what I'm doing.
Yes, you know? Exactly.
And you wouldn't be here if I didn't know what I'm doing.
Right. And the vast majority that come and see me do like are just like, oh my God, yeah, whatever. Yeah. And there's so many times like clients are just like, you know, I've never known how to style my hair my entire life. I'm 40 years old and now this is the first time. And I'm like, perfect. So I definitely get a lot of that too. But yeah, since you asked, yes, every once in a while.
I had a mom the other day who was literally like, because I put the gel before I put the foam in the shampoo bowl. I put the gel on and then put the foam on. And she was like, I have never seen it done like that online. And she said it like 4 times. And I was like, yeah, girl, that's how I do it. And it was just like, but it was just like she was shocked, you know?
Literally about just
and
things
like,
that like don't matter.
Girl. I'm like,
much.
yeah, the gel just goes first.
Yeah. I think sometimes like type A people that really want that, like they think like A, B, C.
Yes. Okay.
And sometimes it might be C, D. You know what I mean? Like
LMAOP.
that was us sharing one brain cell.
Why do we jump to the same letters?
But that's how I am low-key as a person. I'm like, we could get to the desired result of this in 100 different ways. Yeah. I could start your haircut by cutting your layers and we'd end up at the same spot.
And a lot of people do. They cut the layers first and then they go back and cut the length.
Yes.
You know.
But I totally get people being like, I've seen something online and you're not going to get me.
I've seen it done differently. Yeah. So why are you doing it this way?
Yes.
You know, speaking of like you getting some clients that have seen me.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh. Lately, I'm like, I feel so bad. It's been killing me. Oh, like, and you'll like post them. I'm like, oh, period, cute. And I'm like, wait.
That would be hard to see. Like, wait, I built this, and now where are they going?
Like, where are y'all at?
Yes,
you know,
come see me. Wait.
And then, or they'll message me and they're like, so who do you recommend since I can't get in with you? And I'm like, girl, me.
Yes.
I recommend me.
Yes, go to Talya.
But no, I'll literally send them your stuff and be like, you can go here.
Literally give them a memo. I trust her. And they will be like, you did her hair, so I know it's going to be good. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of, and most of the time I don't get people. I've seen some people that have seen you. They're always super chill. It's the people that have never seen either of us that sometimes will be like I'm iffy. Looking for someone new here.
Yeah.
But
and I think too, it's like whenever your clients go to other people, I feel like I know the people that aren't coming to me is because like they either can't get in, schedules don't align or whatever, and not because they just don't like me. I feel like we talked about that on the last episode. Did we not? It seems familiar this time. Whatever. Like I don't want people to leave and then I'm like, did they leave because they couldn't get in or did they leave because
they didn't like what you did?
They didn't like what I did.
No one's ever told me that they didn't like what you did, although I don't think that they would.
Yeah.
Because I think they know we're friends.
She's gonna tell me what you said.
No, they've never been like that.
Okay, good.
Literally ever. And there's even that one video of me being like, I'm doing a consultation and the person doesn't tell me that you're their stylist. And I was like, well, whoever did your hair last set us up great. And she was like, you actually know her.
So yeah, it needs to be like that. But anytime I see them go somewhere else, I'm like, oh my God, they hated me or something like that.
And anytime, because I do get quite a few clients that have been other places like in Dallas. And so they're talking about people that are my mutuals sometimes, and like some experiences that they didn't like. And sometimes I'm like, that's valid, that's tea. But sometimes I'm like, well, who knows what your hair
was before.
But sometimes it is like, it was $500 and I was in there all day long, and they cut it off to my ears, and I'm like, well, that does sound like crazy.
I've had a lot of those too, and I'm always like, girl, I'm sorry, you know.
Literally,
like, I don't really know the whole situation. I don't know what y'all's consultation sounded like, but I am sorry that your hair was cut into a bob.
Yes,
down here.
Exactly. And I'm like, for me, I can't sleep at night. If I think that I've done something someone doesn't like, I can't sleep at night.
My whole week is messed up.
Yes.
Like, when I got that bad review, I was messed up for like 2 weeks straight. Like, that was all that was on my mind. I'm like, oh my God. Everybody's going to see this review and think I'm terrible.
It's sad.
It's sad.
That's the thing. It's just like people, and people have their own experiences, but I don't know. It would be one thing if people kind of like took a day, try to put themselves in someone else's shoes, as we do with the clients every day. I'm not saying that in a way that's totally like, because clients can definitely be upset about things, but it's just like, once it's explained to you, I don't know. I don't want to say anything mean. I don't want to say anything clippable. Damn.
We don't want no clips. Okay. We're scarred.
Yeah, I'm like.
You're like, wait, let me really think about what I'm saying.
I've said too many clippable things.
Cut it. You're done. Cut the mic.
She's been canceled.
Our podcast is canceled 9 episodes in.
You're like, if you say one more thing, people are going to think. I feel like since we talk about like redos and stuff and like rejection, super important topic to talk about. Also a little bit of a downer. So we might end on something like a high note on some personal affairs. Is there any like content planning you've been doing or anything you're inspired by?
Yeah, after the LA trip, I guess just being in the class, honestly, I was like, girl, you need to get on your Zoom. Basically, yes. Like, you need to get to it. And so last week, I don't even remember what day it was, like Friday or something, I recorded literally every single client because I was like, they were all great content, but I was like, I was just feeling motivated, like, and I put on a little bit of makeup to go to work. Cute. I was like, you know what? Let me get this content out, like, and be consistent, because I feel like I was kind of slacking. Like, I even told you, I was like, I need a break. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I don't feel motivated.
And you took a break.
And I took a break. I was not on social media for like a week, and I was proud of myself.
I think that's the key to getting a new like jump start of like what you want.
Kick in the butt.
Yes. Kick in the butt is crazy.
You never heard that?
Kick in the ass.
Oh
no. We could tell who's more of a pull you up by the bootstraps and who's more of like a just take it slow and like it'll come to you. Because I think it's like, it's nice to be on social media and seeing what other people are posting to like get inspo, but at the same time there is no creativity boost like getting a hell off of social media
and not being forced.
Yes.
Fed all of this content.
Yes. Be present. Like, look around you. Be outside. Go to dinner with your friends. Like, that makes you be like, wait, I want to post.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that whole week when I was not on social media, I was living my best life. Going to bed early. Yes. I was reading. You know, just like
old school. Like,
just chilling. And honestly, I felt like my mind felt like clear. And then once I got back on it, I was like, okay, like I'm ready now, like to post and do some things.
I love that, because like you come from that clear mind state, and whenever you get back on, you're kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out, like in a good way, where it's like, I know that I'm present on socials, but I also do have 1 foot still in that clear headed space where I can put this down. I don't have to be always filming content.
And that's exactly, because whenever you're both feet in, you feel like it's forced, like it's like, oh my God, I have to post on Tuesday, or I have to post on this day, like, because I don't want to lose my algorithm, you know, things like that. And that's how I was feeling before. I was like, just post and shit, just because I'm like, here's the content, take it. But now I'm like, okay, no, I actually want to put out good quality content that's not just like a here damn kind of thing.
Here damn is it. No, literally. And when you're 2 feet in the content world, it's like, I feel like I'm on set. I'm pushing shit out of the way for like, so that way everything that's, it feels like I'm on set. So everything behind the camera looks good. I'm not doing that anymore. You know what you're going to get from me? And you can take this to the bank. Good, wholesome content that's relatable.
Period.
Yes.
And I think it's good too, because now you have your personal YouTube.
Yes.
I have my personal YouTube. I like doing the YouTube because then it's really nothing. Mine is nothing to do with hair.
Yes.
Because I don't want to talk about it anymore. Like at that point, I'm like, girl, what am I doing on the weekends when I'm free?
Cute.
You know, like I posted the LA vlog, and I guess that's hair related.
Yeah.
But like I was on vacation, you know.
And that's kind of what you've been wanting to dip into, where it's just like lifestyle, but people know you're a hairstylist.
You know what's funny? At the class, the girl who was teaching, her name is Sharon So Insane or something. I don't know. I'll find it. She was talking about how she does not recommend posting all types of content.
Just hair.
She was like, you need to pick something and stick to it, because if you keep posting your nails, your food, your groceries, your TikTok's going to be confused. And her TikTok, everything, it looks the same. Like she does like a consultation, like transformation, like that's her thing. Every little square is pretty much like the same thing, unless she goes on like a brand trip or something like that. Right. And I mean, she gets hella view. Like she has like 2 million followers or something, and every video is like pushed, like it has hella views. And so I'm like, you know what, maybe she's right, like maybe, but there's also some people that post everything.
Okay, and what about influencers? They post everything and they still get hella.
But maybe it's because that's their lifestyle.
Yeah,
like ours, we are hairstylists, so like they want to see the hair. But whenever she was saying that, I was sitting in the back like, damn, did she see my page before we walked in here?
She was like, I've been doing my research, and you guys
this
are
girl been
confused.
posting nails, groceries. Like, what are you talking about? Your dog?
Literally. And like, I think I'm like landing on a space where like, I don't want to be viral. I don't want to be famous.
You just want to post whatever.
Yes. Okay. But like, I want to like be successful in my own industry. And like, it's not a bad thing if people are like following or whatever and liking the stuff. But for me, that's like not fun to just post hair 24/7.
24/7. Yeah, and I feel I am the same way. I've been watching Monet McMichael.
Yes.
Like I've been watching her YouTubes and stuff. And I don't want to be famous, but I want to monetize off of social media.
Yeah.
But I'm like, in order to do that,
you got to be kind of known. I do. And I totally get that. I think that she's totally right in that if you want to pop off, then post the same thing over and over again. But I think also that's a hamster wheel of being bored as fuck.
And that's like the thing. I'm like, I don't want to do hair forever.
No. I've been thinking about wrapping cars.
No, at this point, I told you, I said, let me learn on TikTok. I'll wrap your car. Like, but that's my thing. Since like, I do not want to be doing hair until I'm 50 years old. You know, like I want to open a business, you know, like something like I don't want to be behind the chair facing every single day. Yes. And so maybe that's why like I'm thinking like, what else do I like to do
long term? Yeah. And I don't just want to become like an educator.
Right.
Okay. If you guys want to help us,
make sure
push this pod
and you share it with all your friends.
No, literally. But I've been loving YouTube too. I've been loving making YouTube videos.
Your YouTube, you are so good.
You think so?
Yes. Like your edits. I was trying to edit the other day like you, and I was like, this is so damn time consuming.
What?
I was like, she got the pop-ups, like the sounds and stuff.
The sounds.
And I'm like, you know what? Okay, period. I'm like, here's this little background music. Call it a day.
I love that. Oh my God, that's so nice
you do
of
good.
you. Thank you. I've been enjoying it. I think because YouTube for me right now is not, I don't want to get clients from it. Like it's
just fun.
It's just fun. I want to look back on it and like what I see and like, I don't know where I'm going to live forever. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. So it's just nice to be like, when I'm in this city in this salon, this is what I was wearing. This is what I was doing. This is what I was talking about. And I know I was looking for that content whenever I was a kid. Like when I wanted to be a hairstylist.
Literally everything on YouTube when I was a kid. Like
same.
Girls doing their makeup.
Yes.
Doing their room decor. All types of stuff.
Literally. And I think too, like we really pushed the weirdest people to be famous influencers when we could all
and
just
then we're like, why are they weird?
Yes. When we could all just be watching each other. Like whenever I find a TikTok that's like under 300 views or something and I like love it, I'm literally like repost. I love this.
I don't care.
Let's follow this random girl. She's making such great content. It's relatable. I'm so sick of seeing like craziness.
Yeah.
I'm sick of seeing like
chill.
I'm in wherever with this, not you going to LA, but like I'm just sick of seeing like influencers that I've followed forever just being like, I'm at Coachella.
Yeah, now it's not
I'm
relatable.
meeting like crazy people, and I'm just like,
yeah.
I love it for you, and I'm trying not to be a hater, but like, I just want to see what are people getting at
like
Trader
me
Joe's.
Doing. Yeah.
Yes.
Did you see that whole New York City influencer thing?
Yes.
One person was talking about how like most of the time your favorite influencer is not the person that has 1 million followers. It's somebody who's on a smaller scale that you can relate to.
That still goes to work.
Right.
Literally.
Yeah.
I think that too. If you guys didn't see that, it's like that someone was like, every New York influencer is super boring.
Yeah. And I follow a lot of New York influencers that are not boring.
Yes. And a lot of people were saying it's because you're following white girls that like,
moved to New York City that aren't from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, period. Now
I was like, oh, okay. Because I was missing that. I was like, I don't follow these people. So why is everybody mad?
Same. Same. I was like, New York looks kind of cool other than that it's cold. But yeah, I definitely get it. It's like going to Pilates and going out
same
to eat.
Thing for everybody.
That is another thing I'm not doing. I'm not doing the voice. I'm not doing the influencer voice. Come with me to explore this Dallas 5-star restaurant. Like, I'm not doing that.
No,
I can't.
And that gives like food review. Like it's, I don't know.
I'm not doing the influencer voice.
I just want to be me. You know, one thing I loved about the Matrix collab.
What?
No, I'm just yapping.
No, I'm ready.
They were, one of their key things is to make it not sound like fake and influenced. They're like, they want it to sound really genuine and like normal.
Yes.
Like whenever if you do a voiceover, they're like, don't make it feel forced. Like just chill. You can be yourself.
Good.
You know? Because I'm like, I don't want to put on a show.
No, I don't want to do commercials.
Yeah, no.
I want to do.
I'm on TikTok.
TV.
I want to do live TV.
Live TV. Literally. And would you guys like a live audience?
Yes, please. I want to do it so bad. Don't care.
That's what we're manifesting. We're manifesting live audience doing this in front of like people.
I have a vision.
I'm ready.
In a coffee shop. We rented out a coffee shop at nighttime.
At night.
People come. They have tickets.
I love it. Everyone dresses cute. Cute.
We have finger foods. Drinks.
Real finger foods.
We sit up there like this with microphones.
Yes.
But it's interactive with the crowd.
Yes.
So we're asking questions.
Yes. You guys kind of like fill out a paper whenever you come in, and we're kind of like reading
answering questions and stuff.
Yes.
Exactly.
We take pictures afterwards.
Take photos. There's photo ops.
Yes.
Then
we take you guys on a brand trip 6 months later.
Because then we blow up because y'all are all there.
Oh my gosh. No, literally. But yeah, I love that.
Wait,
so streaming.
Is our next episode going to be our cocktail episode?
Yes.
Because we gotta prepare them.
Literally. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Well, tell them about it. What are we doing?
Okay. So we're doing like a nighttime cocktail episode.
Yes.
Right. Okay. I'm just double checking, making sure. Where it's basically just going to be loosey-goosey.
Yes.
It's going to be fun. And I think we're just going to do like a yap sesh. Nothing too like serious and, you know.
Forced scripted.
Yeah, no. It's just going to be us with some cocktails celebrating 10 episodes.
Yes.
And then after that, we are going to have our first guest, but we don't have to get into that too much yet. Y'all will see.
Yes, but in the future, if you're still watching this far, we want to start having some more guests on.
We do.
Yeah. Women, entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Curly hairstylists.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Honestly, anything. If you're in the beauty industry, you do nails, I don't care.
Yep.
And you feel like you want to chat.
Literally. We want to talk about those things, honestly.
Because for us too, I don't do nails. Like I don't do skin. So I feel like that's a different experience for people, you know?
Yep. Marketing, still that type of thing, like building businesses. Yeah. That's just the type of thing that I want to talk about. There's like some people that they do pop-ups in other cities. I'm like, I want to talk about that. Yeah. I want to talk about moving into a salon suite or like being a nail tech.
Maybe they teach classes, things like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. It would be kind of cool to have maybe even like a cosmetology student on or something.
Oh yeah, so we talk about hair school because we all know that experience.
Yeah, like what's going on in hair school right now.
What are the new trends in hair school?
Literally, I got a couple clients in hair school, so look out.
For sure.
I would love to do something like that.
We should.
Well, guys, thanks for watching episode 9 of Curl Talk Unfiltered. We will see you next Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye, guys.